It's your girl, Miss Alex. So this week, I'm going to take this off because it actually hurts. This week we're going to do something really cool, and we're actually going to make our own space helmets because we're continuing to learn about space. And last week we learned all about the planets, but this week we're going to really focus on the moon. So this book is called The Moon Seems to Change. And I'm sure you guys notice when you go outside at night, the moon doesn't always look the same. Sometimes it's big, sometimes it's little, it looks like a little crescent. Sometimes you can't even see it at all. Sometimes you can even see it during the day. So you guys know that the moon changes, and this book is going to show us why it changes and the different ways it can change. Okay, so the moon seems to change. Tonight, take a look at the sky, see if the moon is there. It may be big and round. It is a full moon. Maybe you will see only part of it. It may be a quarter moon. Or it may be only a little sliver. It is called a crescent moon. So a full, quarter, crescent. As the nights go by, you can see changes in the moon. After the moon is full, you see less and less of it. There are 3 or 4 nights with no moon at all. Then you see more and more of it. The moon seems to change. But it really doesn't. It seems to change because the moon goes around the earth. As it goes around, we see more of it. The moon gets bigger. It is a waxing moon. Or we see less of it. The moon gets smaller. It's a waning moon. So if it gets bigger, it's a waxing moon. If it's getting smaller, it's a waning moon. Half of the moon is always lightened by the sun. Half is lighted, and half is always in darkness. It's the same with Earth. While one half of Earth is having sunshine and daylight, the other half is getting no sunshine. It is night. A day on Earth is 24 hours long. A day on the moon is almost a month long. Oh my goodness. So that's pretty crazy. So imagine if a day on Earth is 24 hours long. A day on the moon is a month long. Imagine going to school for one whole month because that's a whole day. That's crazy. That's like 30 days. It takes the moon about 4 weeks to go around the Earth. As the moon goes around Earth, it is sometimes between Earth and sun. The dark half of the moon is facing us. We cannot see any of the lighted half. This is called new moon. A night or two later, the moon has moved a little bit along its path around Earth. We can then see a small part of the lighted half. It is called a crescent moon. We see it just after sunset. It is in the west where we see the sun go down. You may be able to see it before the sky is dark. Sometimes you can see it in the daytime. Each night the moon seems to grow. The moon is waxing. We can see a bit more of the lighted half. About a week after the moon is new, it has become a first quarter moon. It looks like this. Sometimes you can see it afternoon before the sky is dark. Can you see that? After another week, the moon is on the side of the earth and the sun is on the other side. We can see all the lighted half of the moon. It is a full moon. We see it in the east as the sun sets in the west. We can't see it in the daytime. Each night after it is full, we see less and less of the moon. The moon is waning. In about a week, it is a quarter moon. This is the third quarter. It can be seen after midnight. After that, the moon once more becomes a crescent. Each night, the crescent gets a bit thinner. We would see it later and later at night, long after we're usually asleep. A few days later, we cannot see the moon at all. It is once again a new moon. About 4 weeks after the moon is new, we have another new moon. 2 or 3 nights later, the moon has become a thin crescent. Night after night, the same changes occur. Keep watch on the skies and you will see the changes. New moon crescent, first quarter full moon, third quarter crescent, and back to new moon. Altogether, the changes are called the phases of the moon. You can do your own experiment to show the phases of the moon. You need a good flashlight, an orange, a pencil, a marker, and a friend. Stick the pencil into the orange, push it in far enough so the orange doesn't fall off. With the marker, draw a line all around the orange. Start and end where the pencil goes into the orange. Make a big X on one half of the orange. The orange will be the moon and your head will be the earth. The flashlight is the sun. So this is cool. You guys can try this at home if you have those supplies. But hold the orange a bit above your head so that you have to look up to see it. Turn it so that the X is towards you. Have someone on the other side of the orange shine the flashlight on it. Do this in a dark room. The darker, the better. You cannot see the lighted half of the orange. It is a new moon. Stand on one spot. Turn your body a bit while holding the orange in front of you and a bit above your head. Always keep the X towards you. You will see a small part of the lighted half. It is a crescent moon. So, you guys can keep moving your body around and see how the light makes the moon, or the orange, dark on some parts and light on other parts, and you can see the different phases of the moon or the orange. And that's why our moon looks different all the time, because the sun is shining light on it, but the moon moves around. So the way the sun is shining on it doesn't always light it up fully like this. So that activity will help you guys understand that better. So until spaceships went around the moon, we had never seen the other half of it. This is the side of the moon you can see from Earth. This is the other side. Sometimes we see a lot of the part of the moon that is turned towards us, and sometimes only a little of it. The moon grows bigger and then gets smaller. The moon seems to change. It goes through phases because it goes around the Earth. So first quarter crescent, new crescent, third quarter full. Which phase of the moon can you see tonight? So, we have an activity that you guys are going to do. I printed you guys out a calendar, and each night you guys are going to go outside, look at the moon, and on each day of the calendar, I want you to draw a picture of what the moon looks like. And then we're going to share at the end of it. Okay, so I love you guys, I miss you, and I hope you thought that was interesting.